Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This is my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, April 18th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. And then also for those of you that trade Bitcoin, I will do a bonus analysis at the end. So first off, a couple of disclosures. Number one, the candlestick right there will be moving around. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So ticker symbol number one, INVO. Quite the move here, although right now this afternoon, a bit of a deeper pullback. Now, assuming that you care about the bigger picture point of view, everything is still perfectly fine. But I will note that if you're some sort of day trader, flipper, scalper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you were buying right there, or maybe you were buying right there, and you wanted to buy and sell within 12 minutes, well, then from that perspective, yeah, the chart's looking pretty bad for you because this is a bigger pullback. But assuming you do care about the bigger picture point of view, then overall, what we have, so let me just get this pattern drawn into play. So we have that area. Let me change that to green to represent support, and then maybe make it easier to see. Let's keep it one color now. So we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the big upwards move right here. This would be a bull flag pattern. So again, big picture wise, even with the pullback, overall, everything is still hanging in there. So if you like bull flag patterns, you like stocks down below $5, definitely keep an eye on it. Next one, SINT, and what I just talked about pertains here in terms of a pattern. So let's just hop right in. So we have a very well-defined resistance trend line right there in terms of areas of support. We have that level down here. Change that to green to represent support. And then once again, just to keep it easier to see, essentially a big old wedge pattern here. Symmetrical triangle, whatever you want to call it. Maybe you could call it a bull pennant if you really wanted to. But what I'm trying to convey here is that, yeah, there is a lot of this going on here. But within that context, there is higher lows being put into play. So it's really just a question of, can the price get back up to the top part of the pattern and then get the break up through there. So if you like to play penny stocks, you like to play, potential wedge formation breakouts, then I would definitely keep an eye on SINT as they got really, really big volume today. Next, SQQQ. Been tracking this one very closely, and over the past couple of days, I've been talking about mainly that stubborn area of resistance right there, but you can see that earlier today, that level was finally broken, and the rest is history. Very nice breakout from that point. So updates need to be done. Let me do a little house cleaning, just get rid of that line for now. And first update is just based on a foundational rule in chart in which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. And what I'm going to do here is actually adjust this level up now that we have a tad bit more data. So if you were to say, Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest going forward? That would be if the price can stay above 1155. Now, with that being said, if the price falls below that area, that doesn't mean the entire chart's destroyed or anything like that. But yeah, if the price could manage to stay above there, that would certainly be a very impressive sign of strength moving forward. But from the overarching standpoint, just keep an eye on that purple line down there, which is the 50-period moving average. Keyword there being moving, so as time goes by, that line is just going to move itself higher and higher. So if you want to just picture that as an overall trend line, so in other words, as long as the price stays above the overall trend line, then by definition, the overall price is still in an overall uptrend. So keep an eye on that. And then in terms of areas of resistance, nothing fancy here in terms of logic other than just asking the question, where did the party finally stop today? And the party finally stopped right up there at about 1195. So that'll be public enemy number one moving forward. But all things considered, very nice breakout move today. And the chart continues to trend higher with the higher highs and higher lows. Next one, TSLA Tesla, and this will mean a little bit more to those of you that watched the video from yesterday, but if you did, then great example here of the power of charts because you know that I put in that green line right there. If you don't believe me, I'm not offended. I get it. I could be a total stranger to you, but all you got to do is go back in the video archive, watch the video from yesterday, and you'll see, yeah, I put this line in there, and I bring that up not to brag about myself, but to brag about technical analysis and charts as they're definitely a worthwhile tool, but check it out. Right off of that line that I drew in there. So for anybody that caught caught the bid down here, whether that was with some calls or shares, what have you, very nice upwards bounce. Now, from the big picture point of view, nothing has really changed, meaning the price is still in a sideways channel here, but good to see that the bottom part of the channel right there at, we'll call it 153.65, did indeed hold strong. If the price does try to bounce back upwards, then nothing new here, still all about the 160.50 mark right there. Although now I'm going to go ahead and adjust this down because now we have more data. It really seems as though the actual sideways channel is right here, 158.35. Yeah, check it out. Highs right there, and then that's right where it was rejected this weekend. So if you were to push me into a corner and say, quickly summarize Tesla, I would say 30-minute time frame, sideways channel pattern. Next one here, WISA, got the very nice breakout today, and classic example here once again on charts. So the rule in charts, as I already said, when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. I mean, check this out. You can't make this stuff up. Big gap up, big pullback, and look right where it found support. It literally cruised right on that level before finally stabilizing, and now as I speak, this last 30 minutes here, and that's why I like to do these when the market's still open. Look at this. Very nice 30 minutes. This thing's really coming back to life now. Right now, as I speak, market closes here in 13 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that level there and map out the key level of resistance. And that is, again, nothing fancy logic-wise other than where did the party finally stop today? And that was right up there at the $11 mark. So keep a close eye on 11. But yes, now the most interesting dynamic here is you had this little sideways channel, but with the last 30 minutes, the breakout has happened. So now the question becomes, is this breakout going to be strong enough to push it up to 11? And then secondary question, can the price break through 11? And then the third question, will that break create shorts having to cover and then potentially getting that much more upside buying pressure? But anyway, look at it. Thanks to the last 30 minutes here. Pretty exciting chart. And if you like these sorts of dynamics, definitely keep an eye on it for Thursday. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering very soon. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live webinar. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box, or if you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage you can use to get signed up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free class. Next one, JAGX, and did this one yesterday, talked about this trend line here, and again, a classic example here. So opposite though, when levels of support are broken, they tend to act as resistance. And I mean, check it out. You can't make this stuff up. The power of charts. Broke down below it, rejected, rejected, rejected. So needless to say, moving forward, if there is any sort of attempted bounce, then that former area of support right there will be the initial level of resistance. If the price can get up above there, then at that point, it makes more sense to turn your attention to the 2150 mark, which was the main level that we talked about in yesterday's video. But now with the breakdown here, first got to get back above that trend line before, like I said, you'll focus on anything else. And then in terms of levels of support, pretty straightforward. Keep an eye on that purple line there, which you now know is that purple or the 50 period moving average. So as time goes by, the price is essentially going to almost mirror itself by just traveling up like that. So as long as the price stays above there, then overarching wise, the chart is still perfectly healthy. Next one, AMD. Very, very rough day on this one. And first update here, which you've heard me say a couple times now, when levels of support are broken. Close below, they tend to act as resistance. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that level as it served its purpose for now. So if there is any sort of, actually, yes, 159.20 is a level of resistance, but I would say there's a much more important nearer term level, and that's right here at 157.50. You can see on a couple occasions, both there and there, price got up there and got rejected back down. So yes, the other level is indeed a level of resistance, but like I said, one hurdle at a time. And the first key hurdle is, well, first off, can the price even get back up to that level? And then if so, can the price break above it? So keep an eye on that area from a resistance standpoint. And then as far as supports are concerned, as we're seeing, in fact, let's do this. I'm going to change to the 4-hour time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 4 hours. And you can see that it's been a long time. We're talking months since the price has been at this location of the chart. So next key area of support to watch moving forward, going to be right there at the 154 mark, which I believe that's where it bounced off of today. So let's go back to the 30-minute. Okay, didn't hit it exactly, but very, very close. So 154, going to be a very important level of support moving forward. But yeah, definitely the bears are starting to show quite a bit of strength on this one. Next one, TLRY, and this thing has really given back essentially all its gains from when it made that very nice move up. But still a lot of people watching it and want to get a level that at least maybe you totally disagree, maybe you don't, this doesn't catch your interest at all. But I'm pretty curious about that trend line right there as a potential area of support. So if this downtrend continues, does it potentially come down here and get some sort of bounce? Like I said, I don't know, maybe like Clay, that doesn't interest me at all. Fair enough, but I think that's an interesting dynamic. So that's an area of support. Maybe you just want to do the traditional, put the support right here where the price bounced today, and I have no problem with that at all. But with just kind of given the nature, I could see it breaking that level and then potentially bouncing off that trend line. But that's just my opinion. And at the end of the day, we could both be wrong in what happens. That's why risk management matters. So make sure you're managing that risk. In terms of areas of resistance, I think the straightest way to just look at this one is continue to watch that purple line right there, 50 period moving average. You can see it's not a totally clean level here, including this morning. Price got above it, and then yesterday price was above it. But you can see that the momentum just stopped. Every time the price has gotten above it, the momentum struggles and then the price fails. So even if the price does recover and get back above that purple line, I'd still be a little skeptical because the price has got to first prove that it's not only be able to break above it, but more importantly, stay above it. But yeah, TLRY definitely looking like it's fully in the bear mode. Next one here, AMC. Been a couple days since I've done this one, and shame on me because the time I stopped following it, very, very impressive movement. And if you've been following the top 10 videos, you know I do this one quite a bit just because, as I always say, it is a cult stock. People are looking to buy for any reason, and these are the sorts of movements that you can get. So yeah, full credit where credit's due. Very impressive movement, and we now have a nice solid pattern here. Let's try that again. So we have area of resistance. We have the support part of the pattern right there. And then maybe make it easier to see. Resistance, support, upwards move here. So a bull pennant pattern. With all that being said, even if you get the breakout, I'd be a little skeptical and not get too excited. Now, don't get me wrong. That's good that a breakout would occur. That is bullish. But not that far away, you have the pink line up there, the 200 period moving average. So you just want to be a little leery and not get overly excited on any sort of technical breakout. Now, if the price breaks the pattern, then gets up there and shatters through there, that would be a very impressive sign of strength. But just because it breaks that level right there, don't go throw your kids' college tuition money, everything into it, because there's still more work that needs to be done. But that would definitely be a good start. And then as far as supports are concerned, no need to complicate things. We've been talking about that level right there. So you have the 50 period moving average. Preferably speaking, yeah, you'd want to see the price stay above the trend line right there. But even if it doesn't, then overall, as long as the price stays above that purple line, then the bigger picture trend remains in the bull's favor. Next one, TQQQ, and some updates need to be done on this one. So first thing, just a little house cleaning. These lines have served their purpose for now, and from a presentation standpoint, I don't want to risk causing clutter because there's lines everywhere which can create confusion. So let's try to keep this as clean as possible. And yeah, say it with me. When levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So 55.20 is going to be the main area of resistance if the price does try to turn itself around. Even if the price does break through there, you're going to want to keep a close eye on that purple line there. That 50 period moving average. So as time goes by, that line is going to move downwards. And depending, it'll eventually cross down below that area of resistance if the price can ever push through it. So you want to keep an eye on that dynamic. And then as far as supports, very, very easy and straightforward here. Just where did the bleeding finally stop today? And the bleeding finally stopped down there at 53.30. So 53.30 will be the main level of support for that reason. And then just let's go to the 4-hour time frame again, just to give more context here that it's been quite a while since the price has been down around this area. Now, in the 4-hour time frame, you actually have the 200 period moving average right there. So maybe this is going to be some sort of support zone. That remains to be seen. But yeah, 53.30, definitely a very important level that you'd want to see hold as support moving forward. So if you're Bitcoin traders, I'll get to Bitcoin here in just a second. But for you stock traders, definitely go get signed up for that free training very soon. If you enjoyed what you saw Thursday, April 18th at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and I am very confident you will get great value out of it. Now let's talk some Bitcoin. Real quick clarification, I am now on the 4-hour time frame, which I've already used before, so each of these is now 4 hours worth of time. But given Bitcoin is open 24/7, I want this analysis to remain relevant for as long as possible. So big dynamic here that's occurring is the price has broken down through that area of support right there. Not good. It's trying to bounce back upwards and get back above it. And as I speak right now, you can see the price is actually very close to doing so. So the first question you're going to want to ask yourself is, where is the price at relative to 61,300? So if you're watching this video 15 hours from now, you'll have that answer. If the price is back above it, so it's somewhere up around here, then that's good. That you could then say, okay, it's looking like that was just a false breakdown. Right now, as I speak, we don't know. Is this a false breakdown or is this just the beginning of a bigger move? Now, if you're answering that question, we'll claim the price is down below 61,300. Well, then the second question is, okay, how far down below? And the further down below the price is, that would just be more and more evidence that, yeah, this breakout that has occurred was truly the start of a much bigger and stronger bearish breakdown. Now, right now, like I said, if you're answering the question, the price is still somewhere right around here, well, then, yeah, the jury's still out. Is it a truly breakdown or not? That you would not have any sort of emphasis. So it's a breakdown, yes, but is there any sort of genuine power behind it? That's what all the questions revolving around. So whenever you're watching this, whether it's an hour from when I release it or 15 hours from when I release it, where is the price at relative to 61,300? Because that's kind of the golden ticket right now to tell us just how strong this bearish move actually was. So as I invited the stock traders, I am also inviting you as a crypto and Bitcoin trader, because what you learn about in this class definitely can and should be used within your trading as a Bitcoin and crypto trader. So get signed up. Like I said, it'll be Thursday, April 18th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope to see you there. As far as the top 10 videos are concerned, let me know, do you like when I do Bitcoin? Comment below. Anything like that helps the algorithm, helps the channel. So hit that like button, leave a comment below, and go get signed up for that free training. Thanks for watching.